day God gives me strength of high heaven, sun and moon shining, flame in my
We hope you've enjoyed our Beacons of Light this season that is following the Beatitudes. I especially hope you've liked the web episodes. I want to really thank Steve Lee, who is the director of the television ministry here in the diocese, that not only allows this show to go forward, but also these little web episodes. We really appreciate that. And Paula and Crystal are here, and we're laughing because we're filled with the Spirit. But we wanted to share something that we didn't share on the television program. And when we went off of the tape and we finished the show, I asked, what are we going to talk about? Paula said, I got this story that was very powerful about a family we recently helped. Tell us a little bit about the family, Paula.
We went into this home and we knew her lights were out, and but we went into this home and all of her children were home. She had 4 children, I would say like a 2, a 4, a 7, and a 14. Anyway, we were into the home. She was very focused on her dinners that she was preparing. The family was in dire need, and so she cashed in, or she spent all of her food stamp money so that she could buy chicken and potato salad and desserts. She was making all of these meals. She had a flyer and she was going out to all of the businesses around her home, the schools and the many other businesses, the car repairs. Anyway, we were encouraged by that. She was she was receiving money and excited that she was actually doing something to help her family. And we just kind of ended, we helped her with her energy, of course, but it always, as always, it just kind of gets clouded by the fact that we were in this beautiful home with these beautiful children, and they were so respectful. And when it came to the prayer, all of the children got on their knees. We were in a dark little room, and we were, the children were on their knees, and we all said Our Father, holding hands, and the little 2-year-old went from person to person, giving hugs, and just all of the children were very hugging and very appreciative, and of course the mother was and the father, but it was a wonderful experience, and I was sharing it with Crystal after when I saw her at the church, but it's something that you want to share, you just can't keep it inside.
It made your day.
It made my day.
Yeah, Christ hugged you, didn't he?
Christ hugged me.
Yeah, that little 2-year-old. That's got to be something. If you're not transformed in your spiritual life and the little boy hugs you, you're never going to be transformed. I mean, that was God himself and that little boy. And that's where Christ is in all of us, right, Crystal? We're all called to be more like God, right?
That's right. When we receive Holy Communion, we need to go out and bring the love of Christ to our community. That's what we're called to do as disciples of Christ.
And that's what we're trying to do. And as you were talking about the darkness of going, and we have hundreds of St. Vincent de Paul members here in the diocese. They go into homes where the lights are out. But in a real true sense, we may pay that energy bill so that the lights come back on. But that's not the brightest light in the room that we bring.
Right.
It's the light of Christ. And so it's a call to be a disciple that we all have that is just so powerful. And so I guess the message of this web episode today is to let people know you got to get involved. If you're in the dark, if your spiritual life is in the dark, what do we need to do, Paula?
The door is open.
That's
you just
it?
need to come to the next St. Vincent de Paul meeting, because we'd love to have you and love to include you, because you would be much better off with it.
And that is it. It's kind of like, your spiritual life's kind of like Tiger Stadium in a way. There's a lot of things to see, and there's a lot of growth. But if it's 7 o'clock and the lights ain't on, you're not going to see a football game, and you're going to miss out on something very important. And if it's a football game, which I'm a big football fan, it's nothing compared. Everything we are, everything we're trying to be is our spiritual life and growing to Christ. So if it's dark, if there are no lights in the stadium of your spiritual life, We're telling you, St. Vincent de Paul is the way to go. So we look forward to hearing from you, and we look forward to seeing you again next week on Beacons of Light.
Sun and moon shine.